I'm Jason Luton, and this is WGEM News Now for the 3 p.m. hour. The pilot who died in a plane crash last month in Pike County, Illinois, has been identified. The cause of death of Scott A. Schifferdecker, 56, of Rockledge, Florida, and formerly of Quincy, has officially been labeled as multiple blunt injuries and an airplane crash. The National Transportation Safety Board's preliminary report shows the plane, a Piper PA-28R201, experienced fuel-related problems before crashing. There were no mechanical issues, the investigation found, and the report shows Schifferdecker intended to land in Quincy but missed on approach and diverted due to fog. The plane crashed a few miles from Pittsfield-Penstone Municipal Airport. Well, Quincy University will pay a $5,000 fine and spend 2 years on NCAA probation after an investigation found more than 120 student athletes were improperly certified and allowed to compete. The issue surfaced in August 2024 when staff preparing the men's and women's soccer rosters discovered 3 players hadn't received required amateurism certifications. According to the NCAA, former compliance official Taylor Zerbe admitted she altered 77 eligibility certifications, telling investigators she felt overwhelmed by the workload, in turn not raising those concerns with QU Athletic Director Josh Raby. Quincy University's review found Zerbe allegedly falsified squad lists and that in total 120 student athletes across 17 sports were improperly certified. The report goes on to say 93 athletes practiced beyond the allowable period, 78 competed while ineligible, and 26 received financial aid for which they weren't eligible. The university also allowed some athletes to compete before their eligibility was officially reinstated. On top of the fine and probation, the school must vacate any wins or records that involved ineligible athletes, meaning, for example, that head football coach Jason Kilday will go into the 2026 season with 0 wins on his record. The city of Quincy has released its holiday trash pickup times. On Christmas Day, the city will not have any collections and will do pickup the next day, December 26th. New Year's Day, there will also be no collection, and pickup will be the next day on January 2nd. You can find more of their holiday scheduler info on the City of Quincy's website. Well, Christmas is 1 week from today, and if your little one still hasn't had a chance to tell Santa what they want, don't panic. Happening tonight, Santa plans to visit Quincy's Washington Park one last time before Christmas.
Ho, 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 ho! Merry Christmas!
Tonight is the last of 3 appearances in Washington Park hosted by the district. You can meet Santa from 5 to 7 p.m. and the event is free. Well, the Illinois High School Association has put forward new rules for next year's football playoffs. Playoffs will expand from 32 teams per class to 48, increasing the number of total playoff qualifiers from 256 to 384. The number of classes aren't changing, meaning teams that would have needed 5 wins to qualify can head to the playoffs with only 3 wins. Some coaches are saying they're concerned that games won't be as competitive and will lessen the reward from hard work. However, others say it gives smaller teams a chance to play teams from outside of their conference. Well, as you wrap up those toys for Christmas, there's one safety concern to keep in mind. A nurse practitioner warns button batteries can be a big risk for younger kids. Thin and circular, the batteries can easily fit inside ears and noses, but the main risk is kids swallowing the battery. It only takes about 2 hours for a swallowed battery to start causing tissue damage. It can damage organs and burn blood vessels. She says you can give them kids 2 teaspoons of honey to help, but getting them to the hospital should be your first priority. And more holiday fun in Warsaw, Illinois tonight, with hay rides kicking off at 6 o'clock. Loading is in front of Jennifer's Family Restaurant. You can get a free stamp for a ride with a $5 purchase of hot cocoa. Event profits go toward the fireworks fund. And Western Illinois University President Christy Mindrup receives a positive evaluation from the school's trustees. At last night's meeting, they ranked her priorities as her highest score. Mindrup says stability and sustainability are still her goals moving forward. She expects about 5,000 students come January and aspires to be one of Illinois' strongest small universities. Also happening tonight, train enthusiasts, it's your chance to visit model displays in Carthage, Illinois. The Kibbe Museum is holding a series of open houses from 4 to 8 p.m. tonight and 1 to 4 p.m. Saturday afternoon. A couple more chances are ahead in January. There's no cost to enter. And here's WGEM meteorologist Nico Sanchez with your First Alert Weather Now forecast.
We are still in first alert for that wind advisory in effect for the entirety of the tri-states through midnight Friday morning at 12 o'clock. Overall, it's going to get pretty windy out there as we head through our evening hours, and that cloud cover is also going to remain a little bit overhead, remaining partly cloudy into the first half of the night. Then we clear out as we do head into our Friday morning. But those temperatures are going to drop through the rest of the evening into the overnight hours. So we're seeing those temperatures bottoming out in the teens overnight with those wind chills close to zero.
Well, happening tonight, it's a big night for basketball fans in the tri-states. Select Missouri Valley Conference basketball games are set to play on WGEM 10.4 MeTV. That includes at least 15 games through the end of February. Tonight, a doubleheader kicks off with Bradley versus Indiana State at 6 p.m. Then at 8, that's set to be followed by Illinois State at Southern Illinois. And it's almost time for the Gem City's Crosstown Showdown in basketball. Ahead this weekend, Quincy Notre Dame is hosting Quincy High School. The varsity game will start after the JV game on Saturday, December 20th. And if you can't make it to the game, we have you covered. You can watch it for free on all the WGEM streaming platforms. And here's a look at some headlines from around the nation and world today. Tennessee's governor has pardoned country music star Jelly Roll, a Nashville native who for years has spoken about his criminal record and his path to finding redemption. Republican Governor Bill Lee issued the pardon Thursday for the 41-year-old musician. Pulitzer Prize-winning journalist Peter Arnett, who traveled the world covering wars from Vietnam to Iraq, has died. His son says Arnett died in Newport Beach and was surrounded by friends and family. President Trump's hand-picked board has voted to rename Washington's leading performing arts center as the Trump Kennedy Center. White House Press Secretary Carolyn Leavitt announced the vote, saying it's because of the, quote, unbelievable work, end quote, Trump has done over the last year in saving the building. U.S. officials are proposing new restrictions that are designed to block access to gender-affirming care for minors. The announcement from Department of Health and Human Services is the latest step by the Trump administration cracking down on care for transgender Americans. You can stay up to date on these stories and more coming up on Local News Live. Well, that's it for WGEM News Now at this hour. I'll be back tomorrow morning at 10 with more. In the meantime, you can stay in the know at WGEM.com, on our mobile news and smart TV apps, and on WGEM News at 5, 6, and 10. Have a good night.